You ever just wish you lived in a neighborhood where you kind of know all your neighbors? You walk down the street and you all kind of have each other's back. Well, there's a neighborhood just like that in Detroit. It doesn't get a ton of press, but it's quietly kept one of the best neighborhoods in all of Detroit. And that's gonna be the WoodBridge neighborhood. And I'll be breaking down everything I know about the neighborhood right now. And make sure you stay to the end because I'll be breaking down what you need to be able to live in this neighborhood. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Ed Butler. I'm a local realtor and I make videos just like this one about everything there is to know about Detroit and Metro Detroit. If that's something you want to check more about, hit the like button and tap subscribe. Now with that, let's hop into the video. So WoodBridge is a very, very historical neighborhood in Detroit. It actually got its name from William WoodBridge, who actually was the governor of Michigan way back in 1840. He actually owned a large farm that subsequently became the WoodBridge neighborhood. It's best known for its beautiful Victorian style homes that are very unique to the area. And the historic WoodBridge neighborhood was actually added to the National Registry in 1985. And it's home to not only the beautiful homes, but also really great parks, one being the Eliza Howell Park within the neighborhood and the WoodBridge Park. But what really makes WoodBridge great is actually its community spirit. Like when I tell you that this neighborhood is, I'm not even gonna say over the top, but it almost is with their community activism. I mean, they even have a full board for their neighborhood, all the way down from presidents, vice presidents, all the way down, knowing their roles, making sure that the redevelopment and development of this neighborhood takes shape and goes to the next level. I actually have a link down below where you can go and check out all the neighborhood redevelopment, everything that they got going on. It's also got a really great location. It's pretty much bordered by the Wayne State University and then Motor City Casino to the south and then both freeways surrounding it. It's also really close to the Midtown and New Center area, what makes it very easy to walk to both of these neighborhoods. Also the places like the Charles H. Wright Museum, Detroit Institute of Arts are all within walking distance of this neighborhood. WoodBridge would say it's probably a really great area to raise a family, young professionals, pretty much any walk of life, you can definitely find enjoyment in WoodBridge. I know that a lot of local city officials live there. A lot of people who've owned their homes for decades live there and are still very active members of the community. And when I say these people are active in the community, I mean they're active. They actually have summer concerts and festivals in the winter or in festivals in the fall. It's actually pretty cool. One of which is the WoodBridge Street Fair and then also the WoodBridge Summer Music Festival or Summer Music Series as they call it. Also another one that I thought was really cool is actually a porch festival that they had recently in October where essentially in the streets they had a concert going on that you could watch from your porch. It's actually pretty cool and unique to the neighborhood. Because this community is so tight-knit, a relatively small area, it makes it a very hot area for development and redevelopment. So a lot of developers have come in and bought older kind of dilapidated houses in the neighborhood and are rebuilding, you know, beautiful Victorian style homes and or condo developments. But in addition to that, there are some retail developments as well, like the former spot of the WoodBridge Pub. That's been redeveloped to have kind of a mixed use facility with residential units, as well as a bar, retail space, and a public park. There's also the renovation of the WoodBridge Farms Dairy building that's being redeveloped into mixed use space as well with residential and commercial units together. The association had a big hand in it. They wanted to make sure that they preserve the green spaces and the parks in the area. So there's definitely many of those being developed and taken care of. Addition of bike lanes so you can travel in and out of the neighborhood have been added as well. And they definitely wanted to, in bike lanes as well, because they wanted to make sure they added to the walkability and the use of, mobility without the use of cars. The WoodBridge Community Center is actually being redeveloped as well to make sure that they have a space to be able to gather through events and enjoy for the community. Last but not least, they're definitely adding to developing condos on this site. There's actually quite a few that are in the area that's already done, ranging from anywhere from the low 400s all the way up to 700,000. This leads me into my next topic, which is housing in the WoodBridge area. Currently, there's only 6 houses on the market right now, the lowest of them being in the $250,000 price range, and then the high end being the $670,000 price range, and that's for a condo. Last year, 7 homes sold in the WoodBridge area, and the average price point came to $405,000 that it sold at. And then there was actually 8 condos that sold in the neighborhood. Average price point was right around $385,000. So you can already see that if you want to live in this area, that you're gonna have to come with a little bit of bacon. And the type of people that is attracting is definitely history buffs and people that want to be a part of the community. So you can have these newer builds, or you can have the older Victorian style homes, which average at least 100 years in age. And then for you renters, the average for a 1-bedroom apartment or a 1-bedroom unit is right around $1,200 a month right now. So this is definitely one of the more sought after neighborhoods that's not talked about as much because it's so small. And I think the community kind of wants to keep it like that because they want to have their own little slice of heaven to keep kind of to themselves. But I want to introduce it to you because if you're making a move to Detroit and you want to find you a quaint little neighborhood where, hey, you got neighbors to watch your back, WoodBridge might be the place for you. Have you learned anything new in the video? Make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, drop a comment below. Tell me about any other neighborhoods you might want to see me cover on the channel. I'll be making a neighborhood series where I spotlight new, different neighborhoods just like this one every single week. So make sure you tune in and don't miss out. And with that, I'll catch you on the next one.